Hi, it's Valerie Holdren with Soap Underground. I am bringing this video to you as a replacement for one that I did the other day of the high temperature hot process countertop method of soap making because I deleted it. What happened was when I went back through the video after I put it up on YouTube, I realized that I had deleted part of the video that I had made that day and replaced it with one that I had made a while back. So I didn't like that, and I just had this feeling things kept going a little wonky for me when I was making the soap. And I kept thinking to myself, I probably should just not put this up, but I didn't listen to myself. And there were a few spots in the video that I just deleted when I was describing the stage that the soap was in. I kept referring to it as Vaseline when in fact it was applesauce, and I don't like to make mistakes like that and post them for many people to see. Even though I did go back and edit it and corrected my mistake, after the fact, I just decided to take it down. So, having said all that, I'm going to be restocking my oatmeal milk and honey soap that I like to do hot process, and I will be bringing you along with me for that one. Again, we'll be doing the high temperature hot process countertop. So I just wanted to let you know why I deleted the one, because I'd had a couple of comments on it and a few likes, and that's all. So I will see you shortly. Well, it's been several days since I did my introductory video, and it's changed a bit. Instead of doing another version of oatmeal milk and honey, I decided that I needed to restock my banana soap. So I'm still going to do it high temperature hot process countertop. And a couple of people really were a little uneasy with me doing it in my glass bowl. So what I decided to do is do it in my glass bowl, but I'm going to put this, I have it in this larger plastic bowl in case I do develop a crack. Right now, my oils, I've heated them in the microwave, and I'm at 191, and my lye is already dissolved. I just did that. It's at 182. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my lye solution in. I'm just going to stick that right there. That's a good little cushion. And get my stick blender ready. I have my goggles on, my gloves on, my long sleeves. I have in here, I have my colloidal oatmeal. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing this to a trace. I could do this all the way with the stick blender until it reaches Vaseline, but I'm not going to do that. But it is getting thick already, so I do expect a volcano. Never know, but I expect one. Really thick on me because I have quite a bit of liquid reserved to add after the cook. I'm just gonna play with this until see what happens. It's like I used a lot of stick. Oops, this stupid stick blender. I'm going to have to switch out my stick blender. These ones from, and I'm getting a volcano, so we're going to have to just grab my whisk. I love the way that it operates, the motor part of it from Brambleberry. And that was my volcano, if you noticed. And I do have it in this bowl, this plastic bowl, in case I couldn't get to it in time. And it would just run over in the plastic bowl and out all over the table. I've forgotten where I was. It looked like it had stearic acid, but that's not why it got so thick. It's just that I only used 5.80 ounces of my liquid for the lye. Because I'm going to be using an ounce of coconut milk, an ounce of banana extract, and then that's going to be for my fragrance portion. And then I have an ounce of almond extract as part of my reserve liquid. And I'm adding 2 ounces of banana puree. And I didn't want to put the banana puree in this as it was cooking because I didn't want it to turn brown on me. And it will. I wanted it to stay lighter. So, and amazingly enough, some of the almond extract and banana extract will hold its scent after it cures out. Not a lot, but there is a hint of it. My sister loves this soap. So that's what I'm doing. I have my banana extract, my almond extract, my coconut milk, and my banana puree over on the stove, keeping warm, and I will add it after the cook. Now we are getting separation and some Vaseline. So I'm not going to wander off far from this because I don't want it to, you know, even though I'm protected with having, if it does volcano in this plastic bowl, I don't want that to happen. I want to be on top of it. So I'm going to let this sit for a minute or so, and when something starts to happen, we'll come back. Well, it is starting to rise up again. Nothing major, but I do want to take my temperature and see what where I'm standing. 218, so it's holding its temperature quite well. The one thing that I do like about the glass bowl is it seems to be easier to keep my sides cleaner without getting all of those crunchies and dried bits. And see, that's separating quite a bit in the applesauce stage. I am keeping a portion of my saran wrap a little looser than another, just so that if I have to open it up really quickly, I can just grab a corner and peel. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I don't think long. Actually, I did get out another stick blender. And I could stick blend this within a minute or two and get it over to Vaseline. But I'm not in a hurry. And if you want to stay along and watch, that's great. I was trying to think. My formula today is 6% castor, 20% coconut oil, 46% olive oil, 14% mango butter, and 14% shea butter. I'm superfatting at 6% while it's cooking in the formula, and I have another 2% on the stove heating up, and that's going to be Shea Oil. Let's see. In here, I think I told you I have my colloidal oatmeal. I don't have any yogurt, refrigerated yogurt, because I took a soap making break for a while and it went bad. And so I do have some powdered yogurt that I'm going to be adding. It's mixed in right now with my liquids that I'm going to be adding afterwards. Let's see, I'm going to be adding some apple cider vinegar and some sugar and sodium lactate. So it's going to be a really moisturizing soap. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk this. I'd like to not use the stick blender if I can just do the whisking. Sometimes my arm gets tired. But you can see that looks like Vaseline. I mean, not Vaseline. I'm terrible about that. It looks like applesauce. It's glossy applesauce, but it's not Vaseline. And this is a stainless whisk. I usually use a plastic one, but I grabbed the first one that I had. So, got that back into, I'm just going to cover it back up. I'm not going to be doing any design today. I thought about coloring it with some pumpkin powder to make it more of a yellowy, but I think I'm just going to leave it natural. We'll see. I'm one of those sometimes that I just do whatever hits me as I go along, if I have time for that. So I'm going to be putting them in individual heart molds. And we'll come back in a minute. Well, it's still separating quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick blend it a little more. See if I can move it along. We've been about 5 minutes into the cook, and I'm just giving it short bursts of power. And I may just go ahead and finish it out with the stick blender. And I also have a bottle of hot water here that if I do start to get a volcano, that will help me to get it more under control. Without shocking my batter too much. Because the key to high temperature hot process countertop is not to have just the heat of the oils and the batter doing the cooking for you. And I'm starting to get some mashed potato. I'm at 206. Your more accurate temperatures come from the bottom. And I've had some soap makers say, I can't get it past the applesauce stage. Well, the key to that is to just keep stick blending. Stop with that because it's coming along nicely. It's pretty much back together, and I'm at a cross between mashed potato and Vaseline. Okay. And now I'm at a cross, yep, still mashed potato and Vaseline, but mostly Vaseline. See that? See how translucent it looks? And I'm at $1.99, and we have Vaseline. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray spray a little bit of, what that was, water on it to keep it from getting dried out. Cover it back up, and I'm going to go over to the stove and get my well, first I'm going to zap test it to make sure that it's neutral before I proceed with anything added. It looks like it is, but I'm not going to assume that it has no zap, that it's neutral. I'm just not going to do that. I want to be sure. So I'm going to let this cool and go get my additives and come back when we're ready to finish up this soap. All right, I am completely neutral. No zap, just tastes like soap. Ugh, does it ever taste like soap? And the first thing I'm going to add is my Superfat, which is Shea Oil. And that's 2% of my formula, which is, I use 30 ounces of oil, so I use 0.60 ounces of Shea Oil. And that was heated as well. Everything is right here in my warm skillet. Okay, I want to take my temperature. 193. So the next thing I'm going to add is my vinegar and my sugar and my sodium lactate, and it is warm. Typically, I would add my yogurt about now, but because I don't have any refrigerated, I'm not doing that. I have yogurt powder in my next additive. And because this is, it is very thick because I reduced my water. I held back some of my liquid. So here's my coconut milk, my flavorings, my yogurt powder, and a little bit of the banana puree. And I add it a little at a time to keep it from curdling or cooking. And things don't tend to cook as hot doing it this way as they do in the crock. So it's easier to keep your sides done, and it doesn't tend to cook little milk bits and yogurt bits when it's in the crock pot. When it's not in the crock pot, I'm sorry. Add the rest of it. I think I'm going to switch to my larger spoon. I feel like I'm biting something. Okay, now I'm going to just spray this down with hot water again and let it sit, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes while I go, and my molds are in the oven heating on the lowest temperature it'll go to keep those warm, and we'll come back and mold them. Okay, well, I've removed the glass bowl from my plastic bowl, and it loosened up a little bit, but not a lot. And I really didn't expect it to do much because I'm not using the regular refrigerated yogurt. So I'm just going to fill up my heart molds, and I have them on a cookie sheet so that I can bang them down, because these are kind of flimsy molds to help with air bubbles. And I'm just going to fill up one of my molds, or there's 6 cavities in one mold, and then I have the other still in the oven keeping warm, because you don't need to watch me do this. And then when I'm ready to unmold them, or we'll come back and you can see how they turned out. I am going to put these in the freezer. Okay, let me bang them down. Excuse the noise. I like them full, but I don't like them to where they're coming out over the sides. Find it harder to get them smooth. Okay. And I do smell the banana. Not strongly, but a little. Okay, and I'll see you in a little while. Thanks for watching. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I made these soaps this morning around 9:30. Just took them out of the freezer, and I wanted you to see them. The light is not real good down here in my basement, and but oh, they smell so nice, naturally sweet. A little bit of almond, a little bit of banana, and like I said, the smell won't be that strong as it cures, but there will be a light scent of both of those. these are really nice size hearts. I think they're going to weigh in. Let's just see. Right now they're at 4.60 ounces, so they're going to be, 4 ounces or more when they cure out. But I'm really happy with those. They are a little bit rough in spots, but I did a water discount, so, and with hot process, it's, a little bit hard not to get a few air pockets. And you saw how I banged them down, but anyway, this one's pretty smooth. You can see a little bit. I am glad that I didn't try to color these. They have lightened up from what they were when they reached Vaseline. So it would have just been a little bit of a contrast, very little. So I'm fine with the way they are. And I just wanted to show you. And thank you again for watching.